And welcome to this weekend's Behind the Mitten. John Gonzalez along with Amy Sherman having a great time as we travel the state of Michigan looking for great adventures, right, Amy?
Great everything.
We are in a place we have never done a show from before.
I know, we've been talking about this for a long time, and this is actually a regular stop, at least for me and my family,
yeah.
On our way up to Gaylord and to Mackinac and the UP. Literally every time we go to Mackinac or Gaylord, we stop here in Big Rapids at Schu-burgers. I'm not ashamed to admit it. Like, my kids are like, we're going to get Schu-burgers.
Well, do you remember the first time you were, like, driving from Grand Rapids to the island, and you sent me a text that says, hey, Gonzo, my family wants to know where we should stop. And I said,
to have lunch.
To have lunch. We need lunch. I said, well, if I were you, I would stop in Big Rapids, and I would go to Schu-burgers for a Schu-burger. And you were like, okay, we'll do it. And then you got to Mackinac, and you're like, oh, my gosh, my kids love you.
Oh, yeah, completely.
Yeah.
Edie, my baby, loves the baby shoe. She loves the baby shoe. It's all, yeah.
Right.
And I love it because we really don't know anything about Big Rapids except for the fact that Ferris State University is here.
Right.
And Schu-burgers is here. So I am thrilled to be able to explore what else the Big Rapids area has to offer.
Yeah, folks. So if you're tuning in right now and going like, I've never been to Big Rapids or I've been there before, you want to tune in because we're going to tell you about all the cool things happening here in Big Rapids. I was lucky because my wife, Pam, went to school here at Ferris State University.
Pammy.
Yes, Pammy did. And she loves this town, and she talks nostalgic about it. But a couple years ago, it's been a few years, right, Carleen?
Yes, it has.
I came here, and I was like, you know, I'm going to spend some time here. And I spent like 2 or 3 days here in Big Rapids learning all about the community. And we have a great couple of guests here to tell us all about it.
We sure do. Carleen Rose, who is the owner of the Old Pioneer Store. Carleen, thank you so much for joining us on Behind the Mitten.
My pleasure.
I can tell already. I have just met you, but I can tell you are a cheerleader of Big Rapids.
I am a very proud cheerleader.
Are you a born and raised cheerleader?
I am. In fact, we are sitting in the bar that my grandfather founded.
You're kidding me. So your grandfather founded Schuberg?
Yes.
Wow.
Yep. His name was Carl Schuberg. And
hence your name, Carleen, right?
Yep. Oh, yes.
I love that. Well, thank you so much for joining us on Behind the Mitten. And then we should also welcome Sandra Braden, who is here from BigRapids.org, the tourism bureau here in Big Rapids, who I know is going to have a ton of hidden gems for us to find in the area.
Yeah, hi. Thank you so much for having me. And my director, Connie, also says hello.
Thank you, Connie.
Yep, and I work for the Mecosta County Convention and Visitors Bureau in Big Rapids, and we offer a mobile-friendly site at www.bigrapids.org, and we try to promote tourism in this county, and there are a lot of hidden gems we'll talk about.
Now, Sandra, are you from here, or are you from somewhere else?
I was actually born out of the country in Egypt, but I came...
Yeah. Carleen.
Shout out. But I grew up in Reed City, which was close to here.
Close by. Yeah.
And my mom actually has a couple restaurants here in town too. So yeah,
she does.
Yep.
Which ones?
Noelle's Mediterranean Grill, and originally she had a downtown bakery, and she does weddings and stuff. So.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, and I'll probably stay too.
That's pretty
there
awesome.
We go. All right, well, Carleen, you are, and both of you I know are fonts of information, but Carleen, I literally can feel the electricity coming off of you about Big Rapids. Yes. So what is it about Big Rapids that you love so very much?
Well, number one is the people. We're very friendly. In fact, you'll be able to see on our water tower and on our flags, Big Rapids, you will love it here, and it's because of the people. We're friendly, we like to have a good time, and we love meeting all sorts of new people. And so that's the number one thing. Plus, it's my duty to let you know that this is also the only Big Rapids in the world.
Boom, right here, Carleen.
In the world.
That's a high five for being the only Big Rapids.
Yes.
But you know, Carleen, the first time I met you, I was impressed not only with your enthusiasm, but for the fact that a lot of people don't know about the Big Rapids area. It's north of Grand Rapids. It's really kind of in the middle of nowhere. But
somewhere. It's in the middle of somewhere.
It's in the middle. Okay. But your store, let's talk about your Emporium for a minute. You walk in there, and it's a throwback.
And this is the
Yes.
Old Pioneer Store
Yes.
right here downtown Big Rapids,
Yeah,
right?
We actually have an old-fashioned soda fountain, and we make our candy and fudge in the window, and we kind of like to. We're kind of like a Chamber of Commerce in the downtown district. We like to share all of the great things that are going on and send people in different businesses and stuff that we know that they're going to be enjoying. And I love history, so I give history tours.
You do.
I do.
Here in Big Rapids.
I do in Big Rapids.
So, what are some of the highlights of the history of the history of
So this town, tell us about the history of this town. Sure.
Well, actually, we were originally the village of Leonard, and we were a lumber town. And the lumberjacks would keep on saying, "I'll meet you down to the Big Rapids," which is right behind the middle school. And there's a wonderful river walk down there, and there's a beautiful bridge, and we call it Conrad's Crossing after Dr. Conrad, who actually decided that he wanted to have a river walk. And so anyway, and they kept on saying Big Rapids, and that's how we got our name. And downtown Big Rapids, when you go downtown, on a lot of the different buildings are wonderful history pictures with a story underneath it. And I think it's great. You can walk and do your own
stroll
tour.
and
Absolutely. And just recently we, oh my gosh, we had a beautiful, beautiful mural that was painted and is on one of our historic buildings, the Fairman Building downtown. And it's about our lumber history. And it's beautiful. And John, I'm going to show that to you. Before you leave, you're going to see that beautiful mural.
So Amy, I tell you, when I came here a couple of years ago to just
I say, how did you meet Carleen?
No,
we bumped into each other in the street.
Literally.
literally. I tell you what, though, I fell in love with this town because not only for just the hospitality, but they also care about each other. They look out for each other, right?
Yep, and I sent you right on over to see Pat Curry, remember?
I do, yeah.
Oh, yeah, yep.
Send me out to, experience what the town is all about. And I was impressed with the fact that you look out for each other. But you could come here, though, seriously. And it's a little taste of everything, right?
Yeah. Well, one of the things that do you know what one of the things I love about this town? A couple years ago, we wanted to bring in a clothing store called Serendipity, which is on the corner downtown. Mm-hmm. And I wanted this store here really bad, along with a lot of other people. And so I literally called up Michelle and said, hey, we'd like to, have you come downtown and locate downtown. So she came down and checked us out. But what was really cool was she goes, well, would I even be accepted in this town? And I said, absolutely. And then I thought, well, heck, she's going to think that I'm going to say that, of course. So I called 44 of my best friends.
44 of her best friends.
And they
It's no big deal,
turns
Carleen.
every day going down and introducing themselves to her. The 25th one, she said, Uncle. Texted me, I'm on my way. And I said, well, you're going to get to meet a few more.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
It was great. And you can duplicate that
Yeah.
time after time after time.
That's
with other
fantastic to
people
hear, because I
in
think a
this
lot of
town.
people around the state have an image of Big Rapids as just a college town. It's just the home to Ferris State University, and that's about it. But it's so amazing to hear
It's
that
a personal community,
and a very
and you'll
small
never
town.
be a stranger here. You will not. In fact, it cracks me up when we'll have folks from out of town and we'll get talking and they'll say, "Man, I just can't believe how friendly this town is." And I'm like, "Man, I can't believe that you're saying that. Isn't your place friendly too?"
Yeah.
And I think that's a big thing because that's a culture. That's our culture here.
It is, yeah.
That's pretty amazing. Well, I know that you both have a lot of information to share, and so we're going to have both of you come back on in the next segment and talk a little bit more about what happens not only at the Old Pioneer Store, Carleen, but what happens here in Big Rapids, around the town, and what you can do when you come up here to experience all the great things that's happening in this area. Right, Sandra?
Right.
All right, that sounds good. Okay, so John,
Yeah.
a little bit later, then we'll talk to Jenn from Schuberg's, where
We
we're
will.
recording from, and what are we going to do?
Beer of the Week.
So you want to stay tuned to Behind the Mitten.
Hello, this is Carleen Rose, and I'm from Big Rapids, Michigan, and I own the Kilwins of Big Rapids, and I also own the Old Pioneer Emporium, and you're listening to Behind the Mitten.
And welcome back to Behind the Mitten. John Gonzalez along with Amy Sherman broadcasting this weekend from Big Rapids, Michigan.
Big Rapids, Michigan.
Oh my gosh, so excited to be back here. You know, Amy.
I really am. We both are because we have never done a show from here, which seems like a travesty of justice.
Yeah, it's the first show from Big Rapids. And if you're listening around the state of Michigan going, where is Big Rapids? It's not that far from Grand Rapids.
It's about an hour north.
Yeah, and it's not far from Traverse City.
Nope, about an hour south.
Yeah.
A little bit south of Cadillac.
Yes,
so kind of
yeah.
on the central western Michigan is how I would describe it. Of course, home to Ferris State University.
Home to Ferris State, but it's a cool little town there. But it's more than a college town. We've been discovering that it's a little bit of everything. There's some great folks here, some great businesses, and you really want to spend some time here checking out the local attractions.
It's a great destination, I think. So we're
Yeah.
going to bring back to Behind the Mitten to talk a little bit more about what we have going on here in Big Rapids. We have both Sandra Braden, welcome
Hello.
back, lady, from BigRapids.org, and of course Carleen Rose from the
Yes.
Old Pioneer Store. Cheers to you, right?
Hello.
That's our resident fire plug. I like it.
No, we love her.
I seriously do, Carleen. I do love your enthusiasm for Big Rapids because it mirrors my own enthusiasm for the state of Michigan
yeah.
and what is happening around our state. We have so many hidden gems that people they don't have on their radar. Like we have the big ones, of course, and we love them, like Mackinac Island, Detroit, those kind
Traverse
of things.
City.
Traverse City. But these smaller gems that have these great hidden treasures, I just think are people need to know more about them. And you are a great cheerleader for Big Rapids.
You know, one of the things that I really enjoy about our town is how artsy it is. My goodness, Stage M, we have beautiful artwork all throughout our community.
question,
I mean,
yeah.
even in the alleys. And, you know, there's just so many wonderful things that are going on that you wouldn't maybe expect in a small town like
Yeah.
ours. I mean, our artworks is amazing, isn't it, Clint? It is absolutely amazing.
And we should say Clinton Zimmerman is here also. Who I'm
such a troublemaker.
We're going to have him on in a minute. He's going to talk about his business with Fox Market. But Clinton, of course, you are of course welcome to comment as well. But Sandra, when people come here to Big Rapids, what can they expect? What can they do in addition to possibly walking the alleys with Carleen? So look at art.
Come to Big Rapids and walk the alleys with Carleen.
You know I'm kidding.
Oh my goodness.
So when I'm done doing that, Sandra, what else can I do in the area?
There's a lot to do, and I actually grew up here but went to college out of the city, and starting working here at the Mecosta County Convention Visitors Bureau, there's actually a ton that goes on that I did not know previously. Yeah, we offer a lot of things that cities offer. We have the big box appeal when you get off the highway, big box stores, chains, but we also have the small town feel with our historic area and a lot of small businesses like Carleen's and Clinton's. And really,
Well, that's what I would say is that I'm not sure if there is a big box appeal to me because I'm like drive right past all that crap and get to downtown, and it is just a few blocks from the highway.
Right, which is sort of nice because for being a smaller town, we actually have a lot of new hotels being established, and for our work, it's really important because that's where most of our funding comes from. So we like to say heads to beds in town. But
what you like to say is come spend the night
Yes,
in Big Rapids.
yeah,
Okay,
we offer a lot of
spend the night in
amenities.
Big Rapids. After you walk the alleys with Carleen, you can.
There we go.
You need
My gosh, I'll show you every alley in town.
That's my girl. That's my girl.
But no, it is true though. You could come here to spend the night, right?
Yes.
And you could experience everything you have. We're here at Schu-burgers right now, right? A great place.
Right.
You can come here, spend the night, have a dinner, you know, and experience the town. But there's also like there's hiking. There's so many trails.
Yeah.
There's the waterways.
Yeah, currently at one of our big new marketing campaigns is called Create Your Own Adventure, and we have a new billboard and marketing tools right now to try and promote, because within the area we have a lot of hiking, trails, fishing, golfing, and hunting. Some of our golf courses are like some of the best in the country, and ironically within this area there's like over 104 lakes in Mecosta County.
Really?
Muskegon River is the second longest river in the whole state, and we have the White Pine Trail, which is the second longest linear trail. So like we all said, there's a lot to do here.
So, and the White Pine Trail is one that starts in Grand Rapids.
I believe so,
and
yeah.
goes, and it's a bike trail.
It is, yeah.
A paved bike trail that goes all the way up and is super fun. You've ridden on it.
I
before,
have,
John.
yes.
So yeah, so there's
He's only ridden like 5 miles, so we won't talk about that. Sandra, it's no big deal.
you can do it.
I'm in a